Today is Tuesday, April 7th. I am here with my colleague and friend, Jeff Bruno, from your outsourced CFO. He is the CEO of that company, and Jeff and I actually happen to work together. So, Jeff, welcome.
Thank you.
It's great to see you.
Thank you so much.
I feel like we've seen each other so much on Zoom lately.
It's been nuts. It's been pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy. How are you doing?
Good, hanging in. Busy, actually, believe it or not. But
Well, in your line of work, I do believe you're busy. How's your family? How the kids and your wife and everybody being homeschooled doing?
good. This week's spring break, so no school this week.
Oh,
There's
so
no
what are they
homeschool this
what are
week.
they doing?
Not much. My son's cutting dandelions out of the yard, so we can cut down the dandelions. Like, what are we doing? Running around.
Passover?
Yeah, Passover and Easter. We're gonna do more Easter. My wife's Italian Catholic, so we're a little more Easter driven. But
Is
so
she cooking?
she's doing a ham.
Ah, where'd she get it?
How about you? I think we got it from Wegmans. Wegmans delivery.
I'm gonna try to pick up a ham, not physically, but have it delivered.
Yeah.
But I'm making gluten-free lasagna. You
Nice.
know, Italian style stuff. Roasted
Nice. I love it.
peppers. Yep, all into the cooking.
Hey, you do a lot of cooking. It's great. And grilling. I bet. Do you have a grill?
We do.
Oh, so
Right off our kitchen, we have a little deck there, and we have a little Weber grill. Well, it's not tiny; it's like a medium-sized one.
Chip grilling.
He's the griller. I do not touch the grill. I don't even know how to turn the thing on. There's some good things about that. I don't get to clean the grill either. So
there you
but
go.
everybody's good in your family.
Yeah,
Healthy.
good. Yeah, thank you.
It's good. It's good. So we appreciate all the work that you've done for us and our company with getting ready, getting our packages submitted
Sure.
For the PPP through the CARES Act and the SBA, as well as the Philadelphia grant. So did you hear anything yet about when anybody will hear or have people heard, or has anybody been funded with
So
it?
I can give some updates on that. Yeah, no funding yet, but we are very connected to the various funding mechanisms. So I can certainly give some updates. So, and something intriguing, I think you'll find. I think I might have mentioned to you that we work with PIDC a lot, but Philadelphia Industrial Development Corporation, and they recently hired our group, my team, to do underwriting. So we're reviewing applications that have come into the city for the $100,000 note that they are funding local businesses with. So we're helping them finalize some of those applications. So pretty neat. So we're kind of on the front lines with them. So their goal is to have those funded, approved in about a week to 10 days, and funded a couple days after that. So they're moving fast.
And that's for the $100,000 loan?
Up to $100,000 loan that the city was doing. And the $25,000 grant that a lot of people did, about 1,500 applications or so. The city of Philadelphia is actually underwriting themselves with sort of a task force, and they're getting through those slowly. That's probably another couple weeks before they finalize those. They're being very selective on those in the sense of higher impact and lower income areas is what where they're focusing on those grant dollars for. So meaning more employees, ideally, that they can keep and help with those dollars, and lower income areas. Then the $5,000 grant the city also did for businesses under $500,000 is definitely going to get funded. That's probably another couple weeks. They think everybody's going to get that who applied. So, and there's over 3,000 or 4,000 applications for that.
Right.
So,
I just heard that that's a big push from Councilman Derek Green. I was just on a call, through GPAR, the Greater Philadelphia Association of Realtors, and that's one of the things that he was talking about. It's
Oh, nice.
funding the under $500,000 business owners.
Yeah, it's neat. And I think that's still open at this point. So they're looking to really just give a little bit of a leg up to some of those, the companies that are sole proprietors. They're doing 100,000, a couple 100,000 a year. That's where they're targeting with that.
So, Jeff, can they still apply right now if they're
They
micro?
can, as of a few days ago. I believe it's still open now.
Where do they go to do that?
So they go to the Philadelphia, to PIDC's website. So we could give a link. So can you do a link on this program? I guess you can't do it live on here. So it's under PIDC's website. If you go there, you'll see their different loans they're doing.
Is that PIDC.org or
PIDC Philadelphia or Phila, PHILA.com.
Oh, .com. Okay.
Yeah. So that's you'll find the different programs there. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so what are you seeing with the through the PPP? Have you heard anything from any of the banks or?
The PPP, no, nothing. The PPP, everybody was finalizing applications Friday, today, yesterday. I have heard it's been, and then you've probably seen in the news a bunch of this. It's been heavy applied. So those funds will exhaust soon.
Was that on a first come, first serve basis?
It is 100% first come, first serve. So banks are pushing people to get in right now. Wells Fargo, if you've seen that, they stopped. Man, they stopped because they can't borrow anymore because of their troubles in the past. So Wells Fargo cannot help people right now.
You think the local banks have a good shot at this, or?
Yeah, they do. I mean, they're under the gun here. They're also behind, and the SBA site has been down frequently in the last few days. So they're having trouble getting it through the SBA and getting those numbers you need to be approved. So people are still waiting to hear back. Some have gotten some numbers and gotten approved, but only a few percentage so far.
So a lesson to be learned in this, right? Have a good business bank and have a good relationship with your bank.
That's a great point. That is a great point. That helps a lot. It does. It really does.
I think having the contact there, we're very fortunate to have a good relationship with our bank, and I think that's going to be very helpful. I know I talked to some other business owners, and they had said that they didn't really have and they do big business. Other people like outside of Philly that are in real estate, and they didn't have a relationship with a bank. They banked somewhere, but they didn't have a person.
Yeah. It's harder. If you don't have a person, who do you contact? What do you call the main number? They're swamped.
You got to submit to a portal.
Yeah, exactly.
Like B of A, you had to submit to a portal.
But see, that goes back to the whole thing, and that's big in real estate for you, obviously, right? But a lot of businesses, that's the one thing we can't forget here is relationship. That's an important thing, not just in banking, but in every business is relationship, because the better you have relationships, the more you're going to get out of that scenario. Especially in a time like this. So
yeah, I mean, it's important, like having a good accountant.
Yep.
Having a relationship, not only having a good accounting firm, but having a relationship with your accountant.
Yeah, or you're out.
You can call at 8 o'clock at night, right?
Yeah, totally. I've been getting a lot of early morning and late night calls as well here.
I don't know who would have done that.
Happens.
Saturday, 8 a.m.
Right?
I emailed you at 8. It's 2 o'clock, Jeff. Didn't you get it yet?
I got a call this morning at 7:15 in the morning, 7:30 from a vendor who is one of my clients was requesting terms on that I had called yesterday. They're like, sorry, I'm so swamped. I'm calling. I'm like, okay, well, we can talk now. So it's pretty crazy out there.
So have you, we have been working a lot more than you did before?
I wouldn't say a lot more. I'd say a lot more on specific items, meaning, a lot more on cash flow, a lot more on, looking at 6-month projections that are torn apart from the normal. And and a lot more of back and forth on getting these applications done. Less on the growth strategy, less on like, do I put the dollars here or here? It's just like, how do I get through this? So,
Right. What are you telling people to have in reserves
so
for
that's
your
yeah, that's a
business?
great point you bring up. We've been seeing some businesses that are better reserved. We anticipate through good management, not being crazy, but through good management, getting through this. Um, and what we saw with our own client base is most had about 1.5 to maybe at most 8 weeks. I'd say our average is about 1.5 months of reserves for our clients. That's not enough. It's not enough in a normal downturn, let alone in a crisis situation. So those people that are at that scenario are like depending on the city, the state, the government for funding. That's a situation you don't want to be in. So, we're turning around and saying, look, you need 3 to 6 months. And depending on your business, like depending how critical your AR collection is, will depend on how much more reserves you need. So, because
Right, because it's gonna be different for every single industry and
that's
business.
right, it's different.
But would you say at like, I was talking with Chip last night about this,
Hmm.
and I said, we we did a big ad spend in the first quarter, and we were planning on this big ad spend through the year based on projections.
Yep.
I said, and we got caught a little bit in the middle of a shitstorm
Yep.
because we still didn't recapture that spend back in business entirely, right?
No, you didn't. It's sunk cost almost at this point.
Yeah. And I said, going forward, I think that we should have 10 months. I'd be comfortable having a 10-month reserve. I know that would take a little bit doing,
10
but
months is a long time. That's hard. I mean,
yeah, it is. But
yeah, it's a comfort level though, too.
you know what? This probably might happen again. It could. Some craziness.
Well, people are saying that, it could continue again in the fall, if we don't have the right scenarios together.
You're
Uh,
echoing now.
So, you got to prepare. You got to be able to ride through the winter again. So I agree. I mean, 10 months is a long time. I mean, here's the problem with 10 months, right? I don't disagree with you. There's a safety lever there. But the problem is if you want to grow, like you just said, you spent all this money and now you're not seeing the result. If you want to grow, it's very hard for businesses to have 10 months of capital.
So what do you think it should be then? Because maybe I'm being extreme because we're in the midst of it, which
Yeah, I think that
probably is accurate.
for a growing business, that's probably
6?
extreme. For a business where it's like, you might be a somewhat mature business and this is your only lifeline, essentially, that's not extreme. But for a business where you really want to grow, I mean, we're saying 3 to 6 months of capital is usually getting through 1 to 2 quarters is usually enough to get through disruption. But this is an odd scenario. So, I mean, even that might not be enough in this scenario. So,
It's it's definitely hard to say,
yeah, it's hard.
and it
So,
depends on how far out your business is. So we're like a 60 to 90 day.
yeah, it totally depends on
Well, we
that.
could be 30 days, right? But I would think with the backlog of mortgages that's gonna be, they're gonna push them out at least 45. So say on day May 1, let's say day May 1, it's lifted. We're back to work. It's not gonna be 100% the same.
No way. Think
And
about it. People would be running around with masks and,
yeah, maybe
everybody's going to be,
July.
yeah.
So it's gonna take longer still to feel that, funnel,
Oh, yeah, it is.
to feel that funnel.
I think we're looking at 3 to 4 months before we get back to a little bit of normalcy here. Um,
You mean just going around about our normal day without mask, without gloves?
yep. Yep. I think it's that long. I think it's 3 to 4 months. I think it's sort of midsummer, July, August. And then, people are going to be nervous coming back into the cold weather again. It's just what it is. It's unfortunate.
Yep. We canceled our vacation to Europe this summer.
So do we.
We're just focusing on because we know once we get back to work, so we're still non-essential.
Right.
So we know once we get back to work that we'll be working pretty much doing 9 months of work in 6. I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But that's why some people are saying, that the resiliency of the U.S. economy, I've been reading a lot, obviously, is that, we really work, whereas some other countries don't work as effectively and efficiently as we do. So we can push productivity into a tighter time frame. So I think we will see a bounce back here once we get through this. I'm not sure it'll be a massive bounce back, but I think we will.
Yeah.
So
Well, I agree. I think that there's going to be a massive pent-up demand for a lot of products.
yeah,
People, purchasing homes or selling homes. That will happen.
especially in your area, they'll be wanting to sell or refinance and look at options. And
So how about your house, Jeff? You
yeah,
happy with your house?
I am. We're
I mean,
actually
some people are like, this house is way too small, or this house is way too big, or I'm sick of the city, or I want to be in the burbs, or I'm sick of the burbs and I want to be in the city,
Oh yeah, I can see that. Sure.
or I'm sick of you. I'm just kidding. Not you.
Get an apartment.
Let's live separately.
You mean how many? I mean, what they're saying is being quarantined, there is going to be a lot of divorces or a lot of babies in the next 9 to 10 months. So,
Yeah,
right.
we're doing okay over here. Luckily, we're very supportive of each other, so
That's good.
it's been going well. So any new things that you've been doing, like maybe reading some books or some podcasts, anything that you said, you know what, I've been wanting to do this?
Yeah, I never saw Breaking Bad, so I'm catching up on that.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I haven't been really watching any TV because I've been consuming information on how to sell real estate virtually and
Nice.
coming up with plans and ideas to do that.
That's good. No, we've been doing that too, but
Yeah, it's been all consuming.
yeah,
And then doing these great, lives with people like you and just, we're all we're trying to do is provide people with information and being the solution. So do you have any advice that you would give to local business owner on,
absolutely. Absolutely. Take advantage of everything that's offered to you. 100%. So, apply for everything, every loan option out there. If ask for forgiveness on certain things, I mean, we're telling people to do that, but, and prepare to come out of this. Be ready. It's going to take hard work. This is not going to be, like you said, May 1st, we're good. And everybody's going to be, this is going to be a lot of hard work still. So prepare yourself for that in your family is kind of what we're telling people, too, and if you do get through this, look at more technology to help support your business as well. Like we are with all this remote stuff. I think people should look at technology more.
how's your team utilizing it? Is there any differences from you working? Because I know your office at 17th and Market, 18th and Market. How are you all managing? What's it
Yeah.
like now?
I mean, it's pretty good. We're using, of course, Zoom, and we're doing, connecting with the team once or twice a week and so on. I think that in person and, in office and so on these days is really more for new business development and, being able to train new people, things like that. Like in person, it's important to do that stuff a little more. But outside of that, people and you're already working with, you can move them to heavy virtual, which is what we've been able to do. So I feel like that is where things are going to move a little bit too after this. You know the person, you're comfortable with them, you kind of know their business, you know what you're doing. Let's go virtual. I mean, I think a lot of that's going to come out of this because people are getting more and more comfortable. So
Do you like working from home?
I don't mind it. I mean, but some people struggle with that, I mean, I could see you being very good at it because you're focused and, I'm focused on the business, but some people get distracted and can't stay on that. So Depends on the person, I would think. I don't mind it. I don't want to be here all the time, but I don't mind it in this situation. So
No. Yeah, I agree. I've been very focused. I've actually been able to write and think,
yeah, it's good.
because I'm not having the daily distractions of noise and everything else that's going on, in the office on a daily basis.
Yeah, it's
I
nice.
do miss, though, being with everybody because, we love our office family, our work family.
That's the other thing. You missed that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that they do too. They're going a little stir crazy. But I haven't minded it as much as I really thought I would really hate it. I did, but I like it a little bit more than I thought.
Oh, that's good.
I'm enjoying, the new environment, and, I'm sad not to see my office, which is only 5 blocks away and is sitting there empty.
Right.
But is there any new tools that you started to use?
Any what?
Any new, like, technology tools that you started to use in your business outside of Zoom or
Not yet. No, not heavily. We're talking about things with other partnerships that we're working on, especially on the bookkeeping side. Not that we do the bookkeeping, but like how to make that more effective. We're putting some ideas together there with technology and other bookkeeping groups. So we are working on that.
that's all connected to QuickBooks at all, or
Yeah, connected to QuickBooks. We actually have this. It's one of the things I wanted to specifically talk to you about down the road, but we have this this software overlay called Fathom that this one group uses that we're looking into, and it's great reporting function.
like, how do you spell that?
I think it's Fathom. Fathom. Let me just confirm if that's right. Yeah, that's it. Fathom. Fathom. It's a neat platform.
What's it do?
So it's a financial reporting dashboard type thing that goes on top of, it syncs with QuickBooks. There are other ones out there, but this one seems very relatively easy to maneuver. And one of our partners that we're working with on the bookkeeping side uses this consistently as a tool. So we're sort of teaming up with them to see how they use it and if they can work with our clients more effectively with it. It's pretty cool. And for us to have that information at our fingertips where we don't have to compile it saves us hours. So, and gets me faster to the advice for our clients. So we're looking at things like that.
That's very interesting.
So yeah, it's neat.
Does it save us time or money, or it gives us a broader insight of where we are in our business, or
Fathom doesn't save you time. It saves the people who are working on the bookkeeping and us a little bit of time because it gives us quicker ways to check whether things are aligned. And it gives us faster information. So gets you more real time in a sense.
does it also work against run rate, or
Does it work against?
run rate, or is it just P&L?
Oh, it's just P&L, but you could probably, I haven't dove into it a lot, but I think you can make up some of your metrics too. As long as it's in QuickBooks, you can pull it together. So as long as you can do some add-in and subtracting basically out of QuickBooks, I think you can pull it together. So you'd have to customize that, but yeah, I think you can.
So through this COVID-19, you're now working with PIDC, so they're a new client?
No, we're just working with them to help them through underwriting some of the clients locally. We've been engaged with them, through clients in the past where they've helped us, got us some clients that we worked with, but this is more to help them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. It's neat. So
that's fantastic.
yeah, we're actively.
It's, yeah, I love how everybody is pulling together and helping each other. There's some really cool things that I've seen. Like last night, we had iHeart Radio on Fox has concert with all these like Mariah Carey, Backstreet Boys, Elton John, Alicia Keys, all singing from their house.
Wow, that's neat.
Yeah, on the weekends, Andrew Lloyd Webber is releasing Broadway shows from 2 p.m. on Friday until us for 48 hours. So this week is Jesus Christ Superstar, which is,
Oh,
you
I
know,
love that show.
makes sense because it's Easter.
I love
Um,
that show. I saw that play. It's great.
that's like another thing people would never that could never see Broadway could see Broadway shows now.
That's neat.
And you can, if you didn't, ever hear Alicia Keys in person at concert, you could hear her, right. She's playing, and she didn't have any makeup on. She was playing the piano, her purple piano, right in her living room with her hair all pulled up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, really cool
Neat.
stuff. I've seen a lot of ingenuity and new ideas, and this is something new for us at Facebook Lives. So now we're making it into a podcast and a book, and so
Neat.
a lot of cool stuff.
Now that's it, right? That's the new cool stuff we're doing, like the online stuff and more research, and it's neat. It's neat. I think it's helpful for people too. I think having more out there from people like you, real estate like crazy. You're an expert. So having that out there is, just helpful. People want the information. So
They wanted, and I don't know how long it would have taken me to actually do this if this didn't occur.
yeah, because you don't have the time. You're focused on the business development function, which is basically dried up right now. So it's hard.
So I treat this just like we're having coffee. So you and I are having lunch or coffee,
Right.
just talking about, the normal stuff that I do, but now we're doing it on Zoom and Facebook Live and
It's neat.
the podcast, and I'm having fun with it. I'm trying to have fun. My goal is like every day to do something that I'm having fun with, and to be positive and be the solution and still have a happy, smiley face on. I'm
Nice.
healthy and my family's healthy, and this whole not being able to go out or sell real estate, this too shall pass. So I'm looking at it as there's a silver lining in all of it,
It's true. I'm with you. Good advice.
right? Good
Yeah.
stuff. So Jeff, if people want to get in touch with you in regards to your outsourced CFO company, how would they reach you?
Sure. They can call 215-470-7887. That's our office line. They could also reach us at info@yocfo.com. That's info@yocfo.com. That's our new shortened email, YoCFO.
Oh, I see that. That's cool.
They're happy to email me too if they want. Jeff@yocfo.com. A lot easier, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are the ways mainly. So,
That's awesome. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the work that you've done for us. It's been now what, 6.5, almost 7 years.
almost, right?
Just
Long time.
crazy,
Yeah.
crazy, crazy. So
Let's keep it going.
we are not giving up. We're committed, persistent, responsible, and action takers,
Awesome. I like it.
right?
Absolutely.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today. And I will see you real soon. Thanks for being on Be the Solution.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Right. Have a great
Okay.
day.